Hi there, it's your teacher. Okay, so I woke up this morning and I looked outside and it was raining. And so I decided I was going to change my day by changing my attitude. So I put on the old beach hat and all of a sudden a whole new world opened up to me. What swam by? That's right, a fish. Just like being at the beach. It was awesome. And then I went to another room and guess what I saw? That's right, a starfish. So you really can change your day by changing your attitude. So I have my little beach hat on today and we're ready to roll. So what I want you to do today is first go take your daily points. No, don't first go take your daily points. First thing I want you to do, of course, is watch this video. Then after we watch this video, I want you to take your daily points. For those of you that do excellent on your daily points, then you don't have to take daily points tomorrow. So if you get an A today or a 95, that means I think you get it and you do not have to take daily points tomorrow. If you do poorly on daily points tomorrow, so less than an A, you'll get another opportunity to get a better score. So tomorrow, if you got, let's say you got a horrible grade today. Let's say you got a 60 today. Then tomorrow when you retake it, if you get 100, I'll replace that grade. Okay, or even if you get a 90 or an 80. As long as the grade goes up, I'll replace that grade to give you another opportunity. All right? So this is a little different than the way we've been doing it. I just don't want you to have to do extra work if you know what you're doing. All right, so we're going to do 4 distributed property problems. Then I'm going to assign some homework for you to do. So everybody has to do the daily points today. I'm going to have that under the classwork section of Canvas. And after that, I want you to do the homework, which is under the homework tab. All right? If you see that you got an A on the daily points today, when I grade them, tomorrow when I assign the new daily points, you do not have to take it. You are exempt, okay, if you got an A, okay? So let's start. All right. So distributed property looks like this. This is 5 times the difference of 2p and 7. And typically when we're doing algebra or in any kind of math, you do parentheses first. But because I can't combine a 2p and a 7, distributed property is a really cool way to undo this so that it can be expressed a little different. And that helps a lot later when we're doing some equations and stuff like that. So what we're going to do, if you recall, is this number right here gets distributed, because that's why it's called the distributive property. Let me write that down. Distributive. That's a good vocabulary word. That's why it's called distributive property, because the number on the outside of the parenthesis gets paired up with everything on the inside by multiplication. So this is 5 times 2p. 5 times 2 is 10, so that gives me 10 p's. Then you're supposed to bring down the subtract sign, and then we're going to multiply 5 times 7 to get 35. So I'm going to give you a second to try this one down here. So the answer to this was 10p minus 35. You cannot combine those because this has p's, this does not. So they are considered unlike terms. You can't touch them. So go ahead and do this, please. This is 20 times the sum of 3x plus 1. Get used to saying this out loud so that you get used to the math terminology. Because part of the problem why we can't do word problems is because we don't really understand what they're saying. So we just need to get used that when it's times the sum, it means times more than one thing. And so you have to put parentheses around it. So go ahead and do this one. 30 times 3x times the sum of 3x plus 1. I'm going to give you a hint if you haven't already started. It's 20 times this. Bring this down. And 20 times this. Let's see, let's do some beach music. What's some beach music? That you would know. Actually, I don't know which ones you would know. All right, so hopefully you got 20 times 3x is 60x, because 3 times 20 is 60. You brought down your plus, and 20 times 1 is 20. Did you get that? If you did, I wish I could throw you a beach ball. All right, good job. All right, so I have a couple more that don't follow. Well, one of them we already did. Another one we didn't. All right, so this first one looks a little bit different than any one that we've done, but I put it up there to prove a point, that it doesn't matter how many numbers go on the inside, okay? This problem has 11. When there's more than 2, we say quantity. So this is 11 times the quantity of 4n minus 2m plus 5. But the process is still the same. This 11 gets distributed to every number on the inside. So it looks more like this. So we're going to multiply the 11 times this. We're going to multiply the 11 times this. And then we're going to multiply the 11 times this. Now, please don't raise your hand. I'm only going to call on the people that are being quiet in the background. So the first person I'm going to call on is, how about Josie? 11 times 4n. What's 11 times 4? You got it. That's 44n. Now we're going to bring down the little subtract sign. Now, 11 times 2m. Can you do that for me, Jack Russick? Exactly. 11 times 2m is 22m. And then we bring down the plus sign. And Zia, what's 11 times 5? Precisely. 11 times 5 is 55. Now you're going to look very carefully because I've got 3 terms. If you ever have more than one term for your answer, you have to make sure all your like terms have been combined. But on this one, I noticed that these are n's, these are m's, and this has no n or m's. That tells me I'm finished. I can't do anything else, and if you do, it would be wrong. Okay? All right, now the last one. The last one has 6 times the quantity of 8x and 3 and 2 times the difference of 4x minus 5. So 2 times the sum of 8x and 3 plus 2 times the difference of 4x and 5. So now I'm going to work this one. I hope you've written that down. I would like y'all to go ahead and do this one. Bring your plus sign down and then do this one on your own. All right, multiply 6 times the quantity of 8x and 3, and then multiply 2 times the quantity of 4x minus 5, and I'll wait while you do that. I hope you're taking notes. If you're not taking notes, I would watch this video again and get these in your notes. From here on out, things are going to be open note. So if you don't take your notes, then you are crippling yourself. All right, don't get overconfident and think you'll remember, because as the content gets a little bit harder, you may forget, and I don't want you to screw up by not having any notes. All right, so the first one is 6 times 8 is 48x. 6 times 3 is 18, and on the first one, there's a plus sign in the middle. Did you get that? 48x plus 18. All right, and then we bring down this plus sign that's in the middle. And then we're going to multiply 2 times 4x is 8x. And I'm going to bring down this sign, which is a subtract. And then 2 times 5 is 10. Did you get this? Okay, good. All right, so now, since there's more than 2 chunks separated by adding and subtract signs, I need to look to see if I have any like terms. So this one has x's. Do you see any others that have x's? Yes, Jack Jacobs, there's 8 x's right here. So this means 48x plus 8x. 48 and 8 is 56x. Then I also noticed that this 18 and this subtract 10 don't have any x's, no variables at all. So for those, I can add those together. So 18x subtract 10 gives me 8. 8, and it's a positive 8, so we put plus 8. In fact, you're not going to get any negatives because we haven't worked on those yet. So the answer is 56x plus 8. Please don't do anything else to this. These are considered unlike terms. This has x's, this doesn't. You're done. Okay? All right. So let's try one more to make sure I feel like you have the hang of this. Let's see. How about if I do 2 times 5x minus 3y plus x minus y. No, that doesn't make any sense. Plus 4w minus 2. Okay, so this one looks longer. It's 2 times the quantity of 5x minus 3y plus 4w's minus 2. So every single one gets doubled, gets multiplied by 2. All right, so go ahead and write your answer down for this one, and then we'll be done. Okay, so did you get this? (10x minus 6y plus 8w minus 4? If you did, yay! Yippee, says Mr. Fish. All right, because 2 times 5 is 10x's, 2 times 3 is 6y's, 2 times 4 is 8w's, 2 times 2 is 4, and we're just going to bring down that this one has a subtract sign, this one has an add sign, this has a subtract sign. Why didn't I combine anything? Because there's no like terms. This one has x's, this one has y's, this one has w's, this one has no variables at all. So you are done. You can't do anything else. This is the final answer. All right? Don't you love algebra? This is really fun, isn't it? Okay, so next what I want you to do is you can either try your homework first and then your daily points, or you can do your daily points and then your homework. If you do poorly on your daily points, you will have to do another daily point quiz tomorrow. If you get an A today on your daily points, you are exempt, all right? If you get like a 90 on today and you want to try for 100, then you can take the daily points tomorrow. Hope that makes sense, but we will be moving to a new lesson tomorrow, most likely. Okay? Thanks, bye.